The Israelites had wandered the wilderness for 40 years, and now they stood at the edge of the Promised Land. But there was one problem: Jericho. This mighty city was surrounded by massive walls, designed to keep out any invading army. It was considered impenetrable. No nation had ever conquered it. To human eyes, the Israelites stood no chance. But God had a plan. Joshua, their leader, received an unusual command from God. Instead of attacking the city with weapons, the Israelites were told to march around it once a day for 6 days. They were not to speak or make any noise, just march in silence while the priests blew their trumpets. On the 7th day, they were to march around the city 7 times, and then, at Joshua's command, let out a mighty shout. To any warrior, this strategy seemed ridiculous, but Joshua and the Israelites obeyed without question. Day after day, they marched around the walls while the people of Jericho likely mocked them from above. Still, the Israelites kept marching. On the 7th day, after circling the city 7 times, Joshua gave the order. The priests blew their trumpets one final time, and the entire nation shouted as loud as they could. Suddenly, the impossible happened. The massive walls of Jericho crumbled to the ground. The Israelites rushed in and took the city with ease. Every enemy soldier was defeated, and Jericho, once an impenetrable fortress, lay in ruins. But one family was spared: Rahab and her household. Rahab was a woman who had helped Israel's spies when they first scouted the city. She believed in the power of Israel's God and hid the spies from the king of Jericho. Because of her faith, God saved her and her family. This victory was not about military strength. It was about faith and obedience. God had already given Jericho into their hands. All they had to do was trust him completely. This moment marked the beginning of Israel's conquest of the Promised Land. With Jericho defeated, the Israelites continued forward, claiming what had been promised to them generations before. The story of Jericho stands as one of the most extraordinary miracles in history, showing that even the most impossible obstacles crumble in the face of faith.